It's very, very obvious to anybody with a decent cognitive ability can understand that there's a circus being run at Chelsea, regardless of the finances they have available to Todd Bowley and his consortium. They are just making catalog of errors here and there. It just shows you that money does not guarantee you success, especially if it's not well spent on the right players, on the right project, on the right infrastructure of the team. Nothing happens. Everton, remember, Everton spent a similar amount of money on their team. They bought in a lot of mercenaries. And when you buy a lot of mercenaries or you buy players above their market value, or you inflate the market by paying above and beyond so I can get on over your rivals, this is what happens. Todd Bowley has been running amok at Chelsea. And I'm sure Chelsea fans who were telling us about amortization were actually ecstatic. And the rival fans were telling them the way he's inflating the market, the way he's spending money, the way he's just trying to hijack every deal was healthy, but they told us to shut up that our club owners were poor, they had the money, we are complaining and bickering because we didn't have money to spend. Now you have money to spend, you've bought average players for exorbitant prices, expecting them some miracle and magic, and it's not happening. Now, he has sacked two managers within a season. Even Roman Abramovich did not go that far. This man has broken all kinds of unsavory records at Chelsea, regardless of the finances available to him. It tells you money not well spent can become a liability to you. I'm sure Todd Bowley's heart is in the right place. He wants the best for Chelsea, but the way he's going about it is farcical. The way he's going about it is comedic, to say the least. To make it, I'm just trying to be respectful and choosing my words carefully because this is comedy and this is very, very farcical. But now they are shopping and they are scouting or they are interviewing for managers. We heard of the rumors last week how Enrique flew to England and was interviewed. A lot of us were thinking Enrique is going to get a job. Now we are hearing that Nagelsmann might be their preferred candidate. It's like Chelsea don't learn. Chelsea and Todd Bowley, they do not learn. This man is keen or is focused on imploding Chelsea. How can you hire a director of football or football men, but yet you are still Todd Bowley is still the one making the key decision. He's not a football person. And from antecedent, firing Tuchel before he brought in the football men, bringing in bringing in Potter's entourage, then sacking him and paying him off, buying players because Arsenal are linked to players, buying players because Man City are linked to players. These guys been making errors upon errors, and he hasn't stopped. Regardless of even employing football men, he wants to be the star. He wants to be the focus of the team. Todd Bowley, you are not the focus of the team. You are the owner, and there's nothing bad if you sit back and let those you've employed do their jobs. Let them do their jobs. I will not be surprised in the next few weeks if Chelsea fans begin to protest against Todd Bowley. He has the money, yes. He wants the best for Chelsea, but the way he's going around it for Chelsea is not producing the kinds of results the fans and Chelsea faithful want. Nagelsmann is a good coach, but we saw how he didn't work at Bayern. There are clubs where player power is kind of, what would be the right word? Player power reigns supreme in certain clubs like Bayern, Real Madrid, Chelsea. Infamously or notoriously, the player power actually reigns in those clubs. You need a manager with a bit of personality to stand up to the players and to the owners. That's the only way it can work. Nagelsmann struggled against the player power structure at Bayern. He's 35. He's a good manager, but he's relatively young. We saw our Arteta almost lost it at Arsenal, if not for the backing of the Kroenkes and Edu. We saw how Aubameyang and Ozil were undermining the authority of the manager. That what happened to Nagelsmann at Bayern. Then going to Chelsea, we've seen this movie before. We saw it with Villas-Boas. Remember when Villas-Boas was trending, when he was a young, good coach, we saw how he didn't survive. We saw with Di Matteo. It doesn't work at Chelsea, no matter how good Nagelsmann is. Now, I could be wrong. I'm just speaking of based on antecedent and my football knowledge. A young manager such as Nagelsmann, I don't see it working at Chelsea, especially if the results are not favorable in the first few weeks. And let's see, people are undermining the English Premiership. The English Premiership is becoming very, very competitive. There's Arsenal, there's Man City, Liverpool will come back strong next season. There's Spurs, regardless of how you think about Spurs, they're a decent team. There's Brighton. So even though Chelsea if you have some players they bought, in my opinion, decent players, but because of the prices, we are trying to overrate these players. Regardless of the prices they bought those players are not world-class players. Enzo is not that world-class. Did he have a fantastic World Cup? I give it to you, yes. But he is not a world-class player. Don't let the price fool you. Now, even though some of you argue, Chelsea have young players, so Nagelsmann should have to work with them. But these players have secured contracts. Some of them are 7-8 years contract. They don't need to put in their all. And they know that the Chelsea hierarchy would rather sack the manager than sack 10 players. Even most clubs, you can't get rid of 10 players. You rather get rid of the manager. So, as good as Nagelsmann it will be for Chelsea, technically, but in terms of managing the squad, Chelsea have they have this obliterated squad that they need to deal with, right? Lukaku is coming back, Bakayoko is coming back, a few players I went on are coming back, and they bought a few do the January transfer window. How do Nagelsmann sort out this issue without not hurting a few egos in the camp? Will he gain the respect of all the playing staff? The football playing players, you think he'll get on the respect of all of them? See, it's going to be a daunting task for Nagelsmann to get these Chelsea players playing and firing at all cylinders and getting the required results without hurting a few feelings. And how will those players who will be left behind, how will they feel towards the manager? So, and we know, like I said, from Roman Abramovich era to the Todd Boehly era, player power at Chelsea is a constant. So I was thinking, I'm not saying this because I'm an Arsenal fan and I don't want the best for Chelsea. I'm taking up my Arsenal hat on one side and speaking as a football person objectively. Enrique for me will have been the right appointment, in my opinion, because his experience, the players know him, he's older. But Nagelsmann, with those players, we saw Potter struggled. There were times that we heard from tier one journalists how some of the players at Chelsea were calling him Harry Potter, undermining his authority, joking, jesting at his back. And we saw how Nagelsmann had this not as similar as Potter, but something kind of similar at Bayern. And you think he should be the right choice for Chelsea? I don't think so. I might be wrong. Let me know in the comment section. Nagelsmann, the next Chelsea manager, do you think it will give the desired result? Do you think it's the right appointment? Because I do not think it's the right appointment. I'm not just... See, you can never take away age and seniority in football, regardless how you want to take it. Some of these players will not want to respect him because they think he's their mate. I'm sorry, it comes with territory. You cannot. That was why Arteta had to get rid of Aubameyang, because it was becoming an influence on the younger players from respecting Arteta. Do you think Koulibaly will respect Nagelsmann if he drops him? Thiago Silva? Let me know in the comment section. If you're new to my content and you like my channel, do me a favor by subscribing. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure to stick a like on the video. It's very, very important for the growth of the channel and the algorithm. And do not forget, lastly, to make sure your notification bells are turned on. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next piece of content.